And let's not forget how the left-wing mayor of Florence and leftist political activist groups encouraged Italians to hug Chinese people on the street. That was last month. Now Italy has the most coronavirus deaths in the entire world. Tens of thousands of Chinese migrant textile workers, many of them illegal, are employed in the town of Prato, near Florence and across Lombardy, the epicenter of the pandemic. Many of these Chinese migrants travelled back and forth between Italy and China during the peak of the coronavirus outbreak, and Italians were urged to go out and have physical contact with them to prove they weren't racist. According to top Italian virologist Dr. Giorgio Palù, Italy's left-wing government refused to isolate people coming in from China because it was seen as, quote, racist. That's not social distancing. In Spain, the left-wing government encouraged citizens to participate in 75 feminist marches across the country. This was on March the 8th, just 3 weeks ago. The rallies were attended by Spain's deputy prime minister as well as the prime minister's wife and mother. Apparently, in an effort to downplay the danger to the public of attending the rallies, the Spanish government failed to report new coronavirus cases between March 6th and March 9th. Despite numerous warnings, the Spanish government's main point man for coronavirus, Fernando Simon, told the public there was no risk. Spain has now lost over 8,000 people to COVID-19, and the Spanish government is being sued over its support for these rallies, which potentially exposed hundreds of thousands of people to coronavirus, all in the name of taking down the patriarchy. That's not social distancing. So all these Western leaders actually urged against social distancing for weeks as the virus spread around the globe, because they saw it as more important to prevent racism. They were even allowed to urge against social distancing via social media. Were any of them banned? Did any of them have their posts deleted by social media giants? Did any of them apologize? No. Yet the president of Brazil, Jair Bolsonaro, had his tweet censored for encouraging precisely the same thing our leaders encouraged for weeks on end. Meanwhile, Twitter allows literal Chinese Communist Party propaganda in the claim that the US was responsible for the COVID outbreak, while Laura Ingraham gets suspended for tweeting about an FDA-approved drug that numerous studies say cures coronavirus. Throughout January and February, the mainstream media repeatedly claimed it's just the flu, bro, didn't question the numbers coming out of China, and were more preoccupied with labeling people racists for making bat soup memes. Were any of them banned? Did any of them have their posts deleted by social media giants? Did any of them apologize? No. Brighton's gay pride parade, attended by thousands of people who will crowd narrow streets, is set to go ahead. That's not social distancing.
Allah Ta'ala हमारा बहुत बड़ा गफूरुर रहीम है. उसने कोरोना वायरस को भेज दिया है. इसलिए कि जो हम लोगों पे जुल्म ढा रहा है ना, उसी को अल्लाह ताला बुलाएगा. अब तो ये वो फैसला करेगा कौन रहेगा और कौन जाएगा. हम लोग यहाँ झुंड बना के खड़े हैं, हम लोगों को कुछ नहीं होगा. कोई बीमारी नहीं होगी. Hundreds of Egyptian men marching in the streets shouting Allah Akbar to protest against coronavirus. That's not social distancing. Meanwhile, in sensitive, migrant-heavy areas of European cities, social distancing will not be enforced by police because that could also be seen as racist. A top government official in France said that lockdowns shouldn't be imposed and shops should remain open in these areas in order to prevent riots. That's definitely not social distancing.